In 2015, astronomers found something in deep space that made even skeptical scientists whisper the word aliens. Not because they believed it, but because for once they couldn't rule it out. It started with NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, built to watch over 150,000 stars for the tiny, predictable dimming that happens when a planet passes in front of them. Buried in that data was a star roughly 1,470 light-years away in the constellation Cygnus, KIC 8462852. Today it's known by a simpler name, Tabby's star, after astronomer Tabitha Boyajian, who led the team that studied it. Here's why it stopped everyone in their tracks. A planet crossing a star usually blocks about 1% of its light, a barely noticeable dip. Tabby's star was doing something else entirely. In one single event, its light dropped by 22%, the deepest, strangest dimming ever recorded for a star like this. For comparison, Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system, would block only about 1% of the sun's light. And Tabby's star wasn't a one-time glitch. The dips kept happening over and over at different depths, with no consistent rhythm at all. No planet could do that. Whatever was blocking this star's light had to be massive, irregularly shaped, and moving in a way nothing in a normal star system behaves. Boyajian's team ran through the obvious explanations first: instrument errors, a hidden companion star, contamination in the data. One by one, they were ruled out. Something enormous really was passing in front of that star, and nobody could say what it was. For decades, the search for alien civilizations had turned up nothing but silence. Every strange signal, every odd reading, eventually had a boring, natural explanation. So when a star started behaving in a way that broke every normal pattern, some scientists allowed themselves to ask a question they rarely say out loud. In 2016, physicist Jason Wright proposed something that made headlines around the world. What if the object wasn't natural at all? What if it was artificial? The idea already existed in science fiction and theoretical physics. A Dyson swarm, a vast network of artificial structures built to harvest the energy of an entire star. If something like that existed around Tabby's star, it would explain the strange, uneven dimming almost perfectly. Nobody claimed it was proof of aliens, but for the first time, a serious research paper listed artificial megastructure as a hypothesis that couldn't yet be excluded, and that single sentence turned Tabby's star into a global sensation. Newspapers ran front-page stories. Talk shows debated it live. For a few weeks in 2016, more people were talking about one flickering star than most actual space missions. The search got even more serious. Using the Breakthrough Listen project, astronomers pointed the massive Green Bank telescope directly at the star, scanning for radio signals and laser pulses. Any sign that something intelligent might be sending a message. They listened for hours. They found nothing. No signal, no transmission, no proof of anyone home. But the silence didn't kill the mystery. It just meant the answer, whatever it was, wasn't going to be that simple. In 2017, the star cooperated again. It dimmed once more, and this time, telescopes around the world were ready and watching, measuring its light across multiple colors or wavelengths at once. That measurement became the turning point of the entire investigation. Here's the key detail. A solid object, a planet, a moon, or an artificial megastructure, blocks every color of light equally. Dust does not. Fine dust particles scatter blue light more than red light, letting more red through. When scientists analyzed the new dimming event, they found exactly that signature. More blue light blocked than red. That single measurement effectively ended the megastructure theory. Whatever was orbiting Tabby's star wasn't solid. It was dust. But solving one mystery opened another. Why would a single star be surrounded by enough dust to block a fifth of its light, appearing and disappearing in irregular clumps, with no fixed schedule and no way to predict the next event? The leading theory points to a family of shattered comets, torn apart by the star's gravity, trailing enormous clouds of debris behind them as they orbit. Some researchers propose something even stranger: exomoons, slowly ripped apart by gravity, disintegrating into rings of dust and rubble as they spiral toward their own destruction. Even now, the picture isn't fully settled. As recently as 2026, astronomers are still refining their models, leaning toward a complex, swirling cloud of uneven dust, possibly linked to disintegrating exomoons. But no single theory yet explains every dip ever recorded. Tabby's star remains one of the most closely watched objects in the sky, still capable of surprising the people studying it. So the alien megastructure is almost certainly not real. But the real answer may be nearly as strange: a star quietly tearing apart moons or comets in the dark, scattering their remains into space, one irregular flicker of light at a time. If Tabby's star could hide something like that from us for years of careful observation, what else is still hiding in the darkness? Do you think we'll ever find undeniable evidence of alien civilizations, or will every mystery eventually have a natural explanation? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy true mysteries backed by real science, subscribe. There's always another story waiting to be uncovered.